spiritual connections, tarot, etc. Welcome to my channel. I have attempted to make this video without interruption 5 times now, and I'm about to lose my temper. So, let's get started on the conversation. Today I'm talking about how to do a spiritual cleanse in your home, whether it be your apartment, your condo, your house, your trailer, your van, whatever it is you're living in. It is important to always sage. I cannot stress enough how important it is to sage. And where are your crystals? Now, a lot of people think it's just a bunch of Hocus Pocus, which, by the way, is a great movie. When it comes to healing stones and crystals, but it's actually not. So, I find them quite helpful. In fact, if you put amethyst under your pillow, it can help you with nightmares and to have really good dreams. So that's pretty cool. Although I still recommend that you get a dream catcher, in my opinion. Now, what was I going to say? So the first thing I do when it comes to cleaning, some people, first I'm going to start with the crystals here. Now, the first thing I do when it comes to cleaning, I have selenite here, which is good for angelic protection. And I speak to angels and they speak to me. So it's very, very important to stay in touch with your angels and your spirit guides, because selenite, they connect through something about the energy in selenite. I don't know how it works, but it works. And then I have smoky quartz, which is good for speeding up your, I wish it was metabolism, but it is your karma. So I've been doing a lot of things to clear out my karma in this life from a past life so that I'll have stuff together for the next life. The smoky quartz is going to help with that. Okay, and some people will clean their crystals by putting them in the dirt and leaving it for 24 hours or under a full moon. Some people will put their crystals in a bowl of water with a bit of salt. I don't recommend doing that with selenite. Apparently, if you get this wet, it disintegrates. So I don't even want to try and figure out. That would suck because I spent money on it and I really love it and I'm drawn to it, and I just ruined it, by putting it in water because it'll dissolve. So don't put your selenite in water, ever. Good to know. So anyway, some people put it in a bowl of water with salt water. Some like to use sea salt. And then put it on their windowsill or anywhere near the full moon. I've done that already. I don't find it as effective, in my opinion. Cleaning things are different for everybody. I use sage. I can't stress enough how much you should use sage and how much I love sage, especially white sage. So I've been using my white sage, and I will picture, visualization is very important. I will picture cleansing my stones. And I'll think of, for me, just like when I do Reiki, I'll think of a snotty, yellowy brown color. And this snotty brown color, I'll picture while I'm getting the sage and it's lit and it's smoking, going around it like this, while focusing on getting rid of that kind of energy and that kind of color. The next thing I like to do is I'll sage everywhere in my place where I live. So I'll sage in the closets, I will sage in my drawers, I will sage in my bookshelf, I sage everything I can think of, including inside and outside of my fridge, because I'll sage hoping, thinking things like, protect this food, thank you for this food, protect it from any negative reactions, keep me healthy. I'll sage my purse, thinking about money. I don't know, I'm always visualizing when I'm doing cleansing with sage, and then I'll think of positive energies and keeping the negative energy away. And I try to cover every part I can at my place. It's okay if you missed a few spots, it's not the end of the world. The next thing I like to do, because now the sage is on the ground, right? Because you were saging your apartment or your home, whatever. Next thing I like to do is I like to vacuum.
So here I am, obviously quickly vacuuming. That's my 17-year-old dog, and I'm using the Dirt Devil, not sponsored. And as you can see, he's in the way. And I'm cleaning every crack and crevice, every nook and cranny that I can find to make sure that everything is as clean as can be.
And this is what I do before I clean spiritually, because I want to keep that energy flowing. You want to get rid of clutter. You want to get rid of dust bunnies. You want to high dust, low dust, vacuum, clean your floors.
And I'm just putting tea tree oil in my bucket of water here with sometimes bleach, a tiny bit, sometimes just water and dish soap. And that's really all you need, only a little bit, and that'll do ya.
I like to use certain essential oils like lavender, which is very calming and soothing, tea tree oil, just a few drops of that in water. But I also like to sometimes use a little bit of vinegar or bleach when I'm cleaning. And I know that's not environmentally friendly. I don't use a lot of it, but sometimes I do that just because I want things super, super clean where I live. And just, I don't know. I just feel like it cleans things better, so I do it that way. So after I've done that, then I go into the kitchen and I'm cleaning every surface.
This is not sponsored either. That's what I clean the kitchen counters with, the stove, the all-purpose cleaner. I will try to do an eco-friendly one next time.
As I'm picturing dirt and grime and negativity and energy of anything that's touched it coming off of my counters. And you can use vinegar water to clean your counters. Depends on what kind of counters you have. If you have quartz top counters or anything like that, look into the manufacturing instructions for that, because I'm not going to be liable for you screwing up your your counter. But clean your counters, clean the outside of your fridge, just clean all around. And I know it sounds like a lot of work, but I promise you it'll be worth it. And the more you do it, the easier and quicker you get at it. That also helps with energy flow. Another thing I really like to do after is clean the amenities. I think that's the right word. In the washroom. Head to toe with the tub, the sink, the mirrors, the toilet. And some people, like, if you find it really dirty or dusty, even on the walls, maybe take something you use for dusting and clean the walls down. I know, once again, it sounds like a lot of work, but it pays off. Another thing I like to do is I don't use this, but I've heard of like a type of witch spray to use around the doors for protection. There are different ways you can do that. You can use crystals, you can use white salt, you can use black salt for protection, you can use da-da-da-da-da-da-da. What I like to do is use rubbing alcohol around the doors. I don't know why, I'm just drawn to using that. So I use that and I sage around that door. Well, I already saged around that door, so I just use rubbing alcohol around that door. I like to keep any dirt and grime and people's energy away from me when I'm not working on people, when I'm doing Reiki. So now that you've done all of those things, you're ready to have a spiritual bath. What are you going to put in your spiritual bath? Well, some people like to put crystals and have lights and candles around their spiritual bath. Highly recommend if you want to have some time alone with yourself and there's no children or pets around. If there are, could be a fire hazard. Be very careful where you put your candles. I mean, that's obvious, but I thought I'd put that in anyway.
Here's the spiritual bath. Got to put that funky plug in and use the warm water to activate the ingredients a lot better than if you use cold water. This is after the bathtub has been thoroughly cleaned. I like to have candles around, and this is my rose quartz candle. It's for love, and I like to have all of this around for my spiritual bath. And as the water is running, I'm looking in the drawer for my Epsom salt. I like to use foot soap to put in water. Looks like I found it. That's my wintergreen essential oil that I've been speaking to you about. It's good for headaches and it's good for rheumatoid arthritis. I don't have that, but I know people that do, and it's really good for that. And this is me showing you that it smells really good for some reason. And then I put a few drops in. A little dab will do you. You don't have to put in a lot. And then this is what it looks like with no lights on. And I think that's pretty cool.
You can also put in different types of salts, and you can make your own bath salts and put that in the tub. And then you just relax. Some people like to meditate in the water. Chanting, listening to chant music, sometimes I'll do that. I'll listen to like a video on YouTube chanting, but I like to also hold my breath, go underwater, and just picture like all the grime coming off of me. And of course, obviously you need to go up for air and just lay there and let all of that stuff in the tub that you put in soak in. It's very important that you do this to detoxify your body and cleanse your aura.
And I'm underwater, taking a deep breath, coming back up for air, enjoying the bath.
Because we pick up energy all day, every day with just our thoughts alone. Imagine what you pick up when you're outside with other people and all of their thoughts. A lot. You have no idea. So when you're done that and you've been a half an hour at least in the tub, then you can do whatever you want. You can choose to stay in the tub for longer or you can leave. And then when you're done, just rinse yourself off a little bit, just for any extra debris. You're good to go. That's your spiritual bath. So that's a whole list of things to do and ideas to cleanse your home, cleanse yourself, and that it's good to do that because you can't just cleanse your home and not yourself, and you can't just cleanse yourself and not your home. You have to do both, because if you don't do both, you're not going to get the full benefit of having positive energy flow freely through your home. And another thing, part of feng shui, which is practiced, I think, mostly by the Asian culture, is I have an elephant, which has always been my favorite since I was a child. Well, the elephant is on my meditation altar, and the elephant is good for bringing prosperity and good luck. So that's also another thing. You can also look up a money tree plant, and yeah, there's really cool stuff that you can do. So that's my video, and that's how you can clean yourself from energy. I hope this was helpful for you, and hopefully you like it. Thank you for watching Spiritual Connections Tarot. I am Laura, and I hope you have a great day. Bye now.